Okay, guys, I don't know if anyone's coming today, but I'm here. Most importantly, I wanted to show you our brand new deal analyzer tool. And before I do, I just want to ask Claude one question. If there's a way of me deleting, no, never mind, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to launch the deal analyzer tool. And I'm going to just get rid of the URL. Okay, so I'm going to show you this tool, and this is going to be growing in capability. But this is our main new deal analyzer that we will be using. Yes, I own REI Homepage. REI Homepage is granting use to the people who subscribe for this, for our JV team, for Guerrilla Real Estate, and some other things. And I'm going to make this beep, 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 shut up, because that's always a bit of a thing. Well, okay. Anyway, so what we're doing with this tool is this is the everything deal analyzer tool. So this is the tool that basically does not replace the seller form because it doesn't store the information, but this analyzes the deal. And there's two versions. There's paste deal info if you're lazy and don't want the full capabilities. Like if I get a self-storage deal in, I throw it in here. If you want to do the full capabilities, and by full capabilities, it's pretty cool. It will soon check batch leads. It checks PropStream, or soon it will. It checks Tract IQ. It checks many different sources. It finds out the HUD rents in the market to the best these automated things are able to give it. So again, this is not the run to your seller with the final information. This is the, hey, we've done a lot of heavy lifting. And it presents a lot of information on the deal to you. So we're going to say 999, 999, property type, multifamily 2 to 4. This was a 2-unit, 1 building, 2,000 square feet. I don't know, 5,000 square foot lot, 18 flood zone X. It will eventually research the flood zone. It's going to research a lot of this and verify it, but we're just going to go with giving it enough information to start. Public, whatever you enter, anything else you can. And again, guys, this is really critical that we want these links, Google, Zillow, whatever. We want this information. Upload whatever you've got. Include the Google Drive folder link because everything you collect and download on the property, you're doing the same analysis you've always been doing. And then you're feeding all of that into here. And then you hit the magic submit for analysis button. And it's not the fastest thing in the world. It takes a few minutes. So you just watch your little fancy X button up here in the corner. For those of you on YouTube, I'm going to trim this down so you don't see the URL. But you know the reload, whatever the button is, up there by back and reload, that one. And it will eventually finish its processing. And what this gives you is based on what I've fed it. So I have fed it certain criteria for self-storage. I have fed it certain criteria for residential, certain criteria for land. With the land criteria, I'm still working on getting in there, but mobile home parks, whatever, multifamily, flips, I've fed it for certain criteria for everything. And this is your information. And this is what it gives. And actually, I'm going to tell Claude real quick. The results, I'll do that later. I'm actually making things harder on myself right now. So, asking price, data missing or assumed. We didn't give it any current rents. We should have. It's assumed $900 a month per unit. Market estimate for 3-bedroom Wilkes-Barre. A little low, but okay. ARV missing, assumed 130 based on last sale and age and market. Condition not stated. So it's not yet working with batch leads, PropStream, things like that. There's APIs I have to install that I have not yet, but it will eventually gather this information. Loan terms used, loan assumptions used, wholesale fee assumption used, selling cost used, whatever. And we'll be adjusting these. Market data, pull some market data, pull some rehab estimate, assuming full rehab, because we didn't answer any questions about conditions. We didn't give it information, so it went on guesses. It didn't really listen to the fact that there was no septic. Okay, fine. Deal classification, full rehab assumed, flip analysis, boom, boom, boom. And again, some of these outputs have to be worked on. This was literally finished an hour ago. Rental analysis, mode 1, mode 2, and it tells you what it means by mode 1. What's it assuming? What's its debt service? What's its mortgage factor? What's its max loan? So if we use this tool, or you use this tool, and then you base your wholesale offer, and for those of you in our team, in our company, check with me before you call the seller, but you base your offer to the seller on this, you can show them this. When you go to sell the property to an end buyer or to a flipper or to whoever, you can show them this, because they'll say, well, how'd you come up with those numbers? Well, here's how I came up with those numbers. And you can adjust what of this you want to keep private, but the point is this tells you where it's coming up with the logic. PAD, maintenance vacancy management, 20%. Mode 1, PAD, maintenance vacancy management, none. So you didn't even have that line item in here. Version 3, PAD, 33%. Offer matrix. Boom. Recommended offer to seller. As a rental, if functional, which this one happens to be. Risk flags. Answer follow-up questions. You can enter in here like property is there we go. Sharpen the analysis now. And what you're going to do is you're going to copy this and put it into a doc and put it up in the Google Drive folder and send it to us. So it becomes part of what we learn about the property. And by you, I need to separate this at this point. This is a product that we will be offering for subscription, probably in a few weeks. It's part of our Asset Mastermind package deal, meaning you get 3 live classes with us a week, group classes. You get part of our online community. You get this tool, you get other tools, you get access to some documents. So that's a pretty powerful package we're offering. If you're part of our internal team, if you're one of our agents, you're one of our brokers, you're one of our affiliated JVs or wholesalers. Now we're running it again. And now we've updated the data. You'll see it updated upward from 130 to 160 on ARV. It's still not dealing with comps. I can tell you that you're not getting an operational 2 unit on that street for less than 2.25. I'm not prying this thing out of my hands for less than 275. I should have stated taxes are actually low. So taxes are lower. Sewer costs are higher. So actually it's kind of a wash. Insurance, square footage, windows, blah, 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 loan term, all this. So now it comes down to flip analysis. We can now offer $100,000 for it. So 160, MAO, boom. This is, we need to relabel this. This is MAO minus wholesale, puts us here, basically. Flip profit, rental analysis, all three modes. So your offer matrix now is your offer to seller and buyer would pay. And this needs to get better formatted, but this is offer to seller, that's end buyer pay. So it's saying the end buyer on 20% pad can pay us $225. Actually, shockingly, exactly correct for what the market would pay on this property. I could probably get a little more than 2.25, but I know solid, lock solid, I'd have an offer of 2.25 in an hour. Risk flags, income-based value exceeds ARV, a lender will appraise it at 160, very possibly true. So you can see it's a pretty substantially strong analysis. Now what we're adding to this tool is we're adding a skip trace tool. We're adding mobile home parks and other things. We're adding some, what I call virtual Steve, virtual Ryan tools of, hey, what do I do in this situation on this deal? And we're adding some other capabilities. But realistically, this is a pretty powerful system right now. For what we can do with our technology. So this is really a great, strong feature for our team to use. And this, by the way, when you're considering Guerrilla Real Estate as being your brokerage for your agency or your wholesale business, guys, this is one of the main reasons. I mean, there's lots of reasons, but you get this tool. So when we talk about the tech stack of Guerrilla Real Estate, this is a big part of the tech stack. Yes, we have the CRM. Yes, we have the data. Yes, we have the dialers. Yes, we have the other systems. But this is really where I guess the rubber meets the road, for lack of a better term. This is really where every day, every week, and as part of a Guerrilla Real Estate, as part of Hunting for Homes, as part of one of our subscriber networks, you're getting this included. Now, I'm going to be straight for those of you who are not a member of our teams or one of our agents. We have tiers of this being rolled out. This tool I'm showing you right now is the full tool, is the everything tool. It depends if you're a subscriber. If you're a free subscriber, you get a little bit of this. If you're a middle paid subscriber, you get more of this. If you're a full paid Asset Mastermind member, you get all of this. So again, for $50 a month, as an Asset Mastermind member, you get our document set, you get this tool, you get all of our other tools, you get 3 hours of training per week. You get 24/7 open office hours on the online community. You get 2 or 3 team members helping you guide through the project. So there's a lot. As agents or wholesalers or team members, you get all that. You're automatically, if you join us officially and you're splitting your deals with us or you're doing your deals through us, you get all of that officially. And hey, Nair, where'd you go? Okay, that was weird. Nair kind of came and went. I guess that's weird. So yeah, any questions? Anybody else out there have a question about this? This is primarily what I wanted to cover today. The other thing I wanted to cover, and I don't want to forget it, is let me go to Guerrilla Real Estate. Let me put this back on the platform. And let me go to Guerrilla Real Estate. Let me find an open window I can go to Guerrilla Real Estate with. How does that sound? We've redesigned our website. There's a lot going on our website. But I wanted to talk about the Join Guerrilla section specifically and what we're offering to licensed agents. And we have a new version of this. This is actually getting updated. It was 70/30 and 80/20. But what we're offering now is even better. If you are a licensed agent and you are joining our team, besides the monthly tech fee, which is only $50, you close a deal, it's only $500. We don't take anything else. Correction. We take a $300 transaction fee, so it's total of $8. I don't want to be misleading. But there's 100% after that. Pay the closing fee, you pay the monthly, you pay the closing fees, you keep the rest. So those guys who are turning out wholesale deal after wholesale deal, closing after closing, and you're given 20, 40, 50% to your broker, stop. Those guys that are saying, gee, I don't want to become a licensed agent. I want to do my wholesales in the dark and risk the state coming down and kicking my ass. Really? For $800? $500? I should, as a marketing person, say $500, and then you pay a $300 transaction fee. Really? You're willing to go to jail or get major state fines over that kind of money? I don't want a percentage of your $20,000 wholesale spread. I mean, I want it. Please give it to me. But no, $800 per closing. That's it. So if you are doing wholesale in the dark, don't. Spend a couple $100, get your damn license, hang it here, pay a flat fee, and forget this exists. Now, for those of you who are out of state and you don't ever see a reason to ever want to get licensed, and I'll tell you right now, I think that's not a great choice because it's such a low bar, such a low cost. But there are ways that you can still profit with us without losing a large percentage. And let me be clear. You're going to say to me, Novation double close gets you around the law. No, it doesn't. The way the law reads is any intent to profit from the equity of a sale profit from the equity on a property you do not hold title to. Any intent to profit from equity on a property you do not own is wholesaling. Any wholesaling, 1, 2, 3, 4 units, needs a license. Here we go. We do have methods we can work with unlicensed and out-of-state wholesalers that make it possible for you to make the deal compliant. But I'll be straight up. Those deals become guerrilla real estate contact with the sellers. Okay? We can explain how you're able to make, and we pay you for the lead, and we bonus you based on the success. We don't pay you on closing because we can't by law. However, we have ways that you can make sure the seller compensates you as you agreed. I don't know anything about that, but we can set it up so that you're able to run your business if you're actually an investor and do it legally. The bottom line is, guys, for such small requirements, $800 on closing, getting a license, working with a wholesaler who understands how to do this. Why are you taking the risk of the state hasn't nailed anyone yet? Someone said that to me yesterday. But why are you taking the risk? So anyway, to recap, to get back, Guerrilla Real Estate, here's our website. This is really the tool. This REI homepage tool here is the one that matters the most. This tool delivers amazing results. Now, for my team, I want to be clear, this looks a lot like our form, but it isn't. This doesn't store anywhere. All right. And Nair, I guess you never came back? Okay. I guess that's it then. Thanks. Bye.